Your check engine light is on. The code says EGR valve. You search online and find videos promising you can clean it without removal using a simple spray. But here's what those videos don't tell you. The spray method only works on lightly carbon valves as preventative maintenance. If your EGR is actually blocked enough to throw a code, spraying cleaner into the intake probably won't fix it. I've researched hundreds of forum posts from diesel mechanics and owners who've tried every method. The truth is more complicated than YouTube videos suggest. By the end of this video, you'll know what the spray method actually does, why it usually fails on blocked EGRs, and the only methods that reliably work. Why EGR valves get blocked. First, understand what you're dealing with. The EGR valve recirculates exhaust gas back into the intake to lower combustion temperature and reduce emissions. But exhaust gas contains soot and unburnt fuel particles. Over time, these particles accumulate inside the valve, forming hard carbon deposits that look like black tar. Short trips and city driving make this worse. The engine never gets hot enough to burn off deposits. Poor quality fuel accelerates buildup. Eventually, carbon restricts the valve's movement. It either sticks open, causing rough idle and poor performance, or sticks closed, triggering the check engine light with a low flow code. The spray method, what it actually does. The popular DIY method involves spraying EGR cleaner into the intake while the engine runs at 2,000 revolutions per minute. Products like Win's EGR cleaner, Liqui Moly, and generic throttle body cleaners are commonly used. Here's the theory. The cleaner enters the intake, travels through the system, and dissolves carbon deposits in the EGR valve and intake passages. The reality is very different. When you spray cleaner into the intake, it immediately gets sucked into the combustion chambers. Most of it burns up before reaching the EGR valve. More importantly, the EGR system works by flowing exhaust gas from the exhaust manifold into the intake. The cleaner would have to flow backwards against this exhaust flow to reach the actual valve. Forum user after forum user reports the same experience. The spray method provides temporary improvement for a few hundred miles, then the problem returns. Or it doesn't work at all. One VW forum member stated it perfectly. No spray is going to touch hard carbon unless it's oven cleaner, and you definitely don't want to run that through your engine. When the spray method might work, there's one scenario where spray cleaning can help. Light preventative maintenance on a valve that isn't actually blocked yet. If you do mostly short trips and want to prevent carbon buildup before it causes problems, using EGR cleaner every few thousand miles might slow accumulation. Think of it like flossing your teeth. It prevents plaque buildup but doesn't fix cavities that already exist. If your EGR valve has already triggered a check engine light or your engine runs poorly, the spray method is unlikely to solve the problem. What the spray method actually cleans. Here's what spray cleaners do effectively. Clean the intake manifold and intake valves. When you spray cleaner into the intake, it does dissolve the oily carbon sludge coating the inside of intake pipes. This is the thick black gunk you see when you open the intake on a high-mileage diesel. Removing this intake sludge can improve airflow and throttle response. Some users report smoother running after using spray cleaners. But this improvement comes from cleaning the intake, not the EGR valve itself. And there's a downside. All that loosened carbon has to go somewhere. It gets flushed into your engine and eventually into the DPF if you have one. You're just moving the problem downstream. The only method that actually works: physical removal and cleaning. If your EGR valve is actually blocked, there's only one reliable solution: remove it and clean it manually. This requires basic tools: wrenches or sockets to remove mounting bolts, a screwdriver for hose clamps, and cleaning supplies. For cleaning supplies, use carburetor cleaner, throttle body cleaner, or brake cleaner. These solvents actually dissolve carbon when applied directly. Remove the EGR valve from the engine. This difficulty varies by vehicle. Some have 2 bolts and take 5 minutes. Others require removing half the engine. Once removed, spray the cleaner into all passages of the valve. Use an old toothbrush, wire brush, or picks to scrape out hard carbon deposits. For heavily carbon valves, soak them in cleaner for several hours. Some mechanics use oven cleaner for the worst cases, though this is aggressive and can damage aluminum components if left too long. The key is physical scraping combined with chemical dissolving. Spray alone won't remove hard carbon. You need mechanical action. One critical point: the EGR valve itself is often not the main problem. The real blockage is usually in the EGR cooler and intake manifold passages. If you only clean the valve and don't address the cooler and passages, the problem returns quickly. This is why professional EGR cleaning services exist. Professional EGR cleaning. What shops actually do. Professional EGR cleaning costs $150 to $300 depending on your vehicle. Here's what they do that you can't easily do at home. They remove the entire EGR system, including the valve, cooler, and associated pipes. Everything gets disassembled and cleaned individually. For the EGR cooler, which has narrow internal passages, they use specialized equipment. Some shops use ultrasonic cleaners. Others use pressure washing or chemical baths. The intake manifold also gets removed and cleaned. On some diesels, intake passages are so carbon they're 80% blocked. This restricts airflow more than the EGR valve itself. After cleaning everything, they reassemble and test. A good shop will verify the EGR flow rate using diagnostic equipment to confirm the system works properly. This is expensive and time-consuming, but it's the only method that reliably fixes blocked EGR systems. The realistic DIY approach. If you want to clean your EGR yourself without professional help, here's the realistic approach. Remove the EGR valve. If your vehicle has easy access, this is worth doing yourself. Clean it thoroughly with carburetor, cleaner, and brushes. While the valve is off, inspect the intake manifold opening where the EGR connects. Spray cleaner in there and scrape out what you can reach with picks or wire. Clean the EGR cooler if you can access it. On some vehicles, the cooler is integrated with the valve. On others, it's a separate component that's difficult to remove. This DIY approach costs $20 in cleaning supplies and takes 1 to 3 hours depending on your vehicle. Will it fix a severely blocked EGR system? Probably not completely, but it might improve things enough to clear the check engine light and buy you time before professional service or replacement. When to just replace the EGR valve. Sometimes cleaning isn't worth the effort. If your EGR valve is mechanically worn, has a failed solenoid, or is so carbon that days of cleaning won't fix it, replacement might be the better option. Aftermarket EGR valves cost $100 to $300. OEM valves cost $200 to $600. Installation takes 1 to 2 hours if you do it yourself. Consider replacement if cleaning provides only temporary improvement, if the valve is over 100,000 miles old, or if you've cleaned it multiple times already. The bottom line on spray cleaning. Can you clean an EGR valve without removing it using spray cleaner? Technically, yes. Realistically, probably not effectively. The spray method works for light preventative maintenance, not fixing actual blockages. It cleans your intake manifold, not the EGR valve itself. If your EGR is blocked enough to cause problems, you need to remove it and clean it properly or pay a shop to do comprehensive EGR system cleaning. Don't waste money on multiple cans of spray cleaner expecting miraculous results. 1 bottle as a test is fine. If it doesn't work after 1 application, it won't work after 5.